Halo, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and anytime. Hello. My name is Muhammad FARIZKI. I wanted to tell you an article about broadcasting, and here we go. And now, broadcasting, the content, the article of broadcasting, sentence building, 5W question and 1H, verbal and nominal identification, active-passive formation, sentence patterns classification, vocabulary engagement, translation into Indonesia, reason, author, the use tense. And now, broadcasting. Broadcasting is the distribution of audio or video content to a disparate audience via an electronic mass communication medium, but typically when using the electromagnetic spectrum or radio wave. In one-to-many models, broadcasting began to radio transmitter and receiver. Before this, all form of electronic communication, early radio, telephone, telegraph, are one-to-one with the message intended for a single recipient. It was later adopted for describing the widespread distribution of information by printed materials or by telegraph. Examples: applying it to one-to-many. Radio transmission of an individual station to multiple listeners appears early as 1898. Over-the-air broadcasting is usually associated with radio and television, though in the recent years, both radio and television transmission have begun to be distributed by cable television. The receiving parties may include the general public or a relatively small subset. The point is that anyone with the appropriate receiving technology and equipment, radio or television set, can receive the signal. Transmission of radio and television program from a radio or television station to home receiver by radio waves is referred to as over-the-air (OTA) or terrestrial broadcasting, and in most countries requires a broadcasting license. Transmission using a wire of cable, like cable television, which also retransmits OTA station with their consent, are also considered broadcast but do not necessarily require a license. In the 2000s, transmission of television and radio program via streaming digital technology have increasingly been referred to as broadcasting as well. And now, 5W question and 1H. What is the meaning of broadcast? When did broadcast begin? Who gets information from broadcasting? And why do we use air for information dissemination? Where do we get information? And how do you spread information? And now, verbal and nominal identification.
Number 1. Broadcasting is the distribution of audio or video content to a disparate audience via electronic mass communication medium, but typically when using the electromagnetic spectrum, audio waves in one-to-many models is nominal. Number 2. Broadcasting began with the AM radio, which came into popular use around 1920 with the spread of vacuum tube radio transmitter and receiver is verbal. Number 3. Before this, all forms of the electronic communication were one-to-one with the message intended for a single recipient is nominal. Number 4. It was later adopted for describing the widespread distribution of information with printed materials or by telegraph is verbal. Number 5. Examples applying to one-to-many radio transmission of an individual station to multiple listeners appeared early 1898. Number 6. Over the radio, broadcasting is usually associated with radio and television. Talk in the recent years, both radio and television transmission have begun to be distributed by cable is verbal. Number 7. Transmission of radio or television on program for a radio or television station to home receiver by radio wave is referred to as over-the-air (OTA), or the terrestrial broadcasting in most countries requires and a broadcasting license is verbal. Number 8. Transmission using a wire or transmission are using a wire or cable, like cable transmission. Also, discrete broadcast but do necessarily require a license is verbal. The receiving parties may include the general public or a relative small subset. The point is that anyone with the appropriate receiving technology and equipment can receive the signal is verbal. In 2000, transmission of television and radio programs via streaming digital technology have screening by referred to as the broadcasting as well is verbal.
Next,
Active-passive construction. Number 1. Broadcasting began with AM radio, which came into popular use around 1920 with the spread of vacuum tube radio transmitter and receiver is active. It was began broadcasting with AM radio, which came into popular use around 1920 with the spread of vacuum tube radio transmitter and receiver is passive. Number 2. It was later adopted for describing the widespread distribution of information by printed materials or by telegraph is passive. Describing the widespread distribution later adopted information by printed materials or by telegraph is active. Number 3. Happening in one-to-many radio transmission on individual station is active. Over-the-air broadcasting usually associated with the radio and television talk refers years, both radio and television transmission is active. Transmission are using wire or cable like cable television is active. The receiving parties may include the general public or a relative small subset to the point in that anyone is active. In the 2000, transmission of television and radio program via streaming digital is passive.
and next,
Sentence patterns identification. Broadcasting is subject is to be distribution of audio or video content is object. And the audience via any electronic mass communication medium is verb, but typically when using the electromagnetic spectrum. Number 2, broadcasting is subject and which came into popular around 1920 as object. Before this, all from the electronic is subject communication early one-to-one with the message is object. Number 4, it was later adopted for describing the widespread distribution of information by printed materials by telegraph is object. 5. Example, playing in the one-to-many transmission individual to pride listeners operate early as 1898 is adverb. Over-the-air broadcasting is subject and both a radio television transmission is object. Transmission of radio and television program is subject from the television station to home receiver by radio wave is object. Is to be. Transmission is subject are using wire or cable like cable television or also the crossing broadcast necessarily require square. Number 8. Transmission is subject. Number 9. The receiving parties might include the general public is subject and the can receive the signal is object. In 2000 is adverb and transmission of television on radio is object.
next, reason author used the tense. Simple past tense because the sentence used is fact. Vocabulary engagement.
Number 1. Broadcasting, the meaning of penyiaran. Number 2. Distribution, the meaning of distribusi. Number 3. Communication, the meaning of komunikasi. Number 4. Transmitter, the meaning of transmisi. 5. Popular, the meaning of popular. 6. Receiver, the meaning of penerima. Number 7. Technology, the meaning of technology. Number 8. Television, the meaning of televisi. Number 9. License, the meaning of lisensi. Number 10, streaming, the meaning of siaran.
Next, translation into Indonesia. Broadcasting adalah distribusi konten audio atau video ke audiens yang tersebar melalui media komunikasi massa elektronik. Tetapi biasanya menggunakan spektrum elektromagnetik atau gelombang radio dalam model satu ke banyak. Penyiaran dimulai dengan radio AM yang dimulai populer sejak tahun 1920 dengan penyebaran pemancar dan penerima audio tabung hampa. Sebelum ini, semua bentuk komunikasi elektronik, radio awal, radio telepon, dan telegraf adalah satu ke satu dengan pesan yang ditunjukkan untuk satu penerima. Ini kemudian diadopsi untuk menggambarkan penyebaran informasi yang luas dengan bahan cetakan atau melalui telegraf. Contoh-contoh yang diterapkan pada transmisi radio satu ke banyak. Dari sebuah stasiun individual ke banyak pendengar muncul dari awal tahun 1998. Siaran melalui udara biasanya dikaitkan dengan radio dan televisi. Kemudian dalam beberapa tahun terakhir, baik transmisi radio dan televisi sudah mulai didistribusikan melalui kabel, biasanya di televisi kabel. Pihak penerima dapat mencangkup masyarakat umum dan subset yang relatif kecil. Intinya adalah bahwa siapapun dengan teknologi dan peralatan penerima yang sesuai dapat menerima sinyal. Transmisi program radio dan televisi dari stasiun radio ke televisi penerimaan rumah melalui gelombang radio disebut sebagai over the air atau OTA atau penyiaran terestrial, dan di sebagian besar negara memerlukan lisensi penyiaran. Transmisi menggunakan kawat atau kabel seperti televisi kabel dan juga mentransmisikan kembali stasiun OTA dengan persetujuannya. Juga dianggap siaran tetapi tidak perlu memerlukan lisensi. Pada tahun 2000-an, transmisi program televisi dan radio melalui streaming teknologi digital semakin disebut sebagai penyiaran juga. Oke guys, thank you for Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, Mr. Zazulifa, and all of us, my friend. I love you. Goodbye.